What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new EZA information for the upcoming AGL Turles. He was announced a little bit ago. I did do a video on that, but we finally got his information. So we're going to go over the full kit. We're actually still missing one part of his EZA, which is his boost condition. As you guys can see, it's still to be announced. But for the most part, we know exactly how the unit's going to function. So we're going to go over him real quick for you guys today. So pre-EZA, as you guys can see, he was not very good. He was a 150 lead for movie bosses, which is still okay. Nowadays, 150 leads aren't really the greatest. It's either 170 or better. So it's good to see he now gets boosted to a 170 lead for movie bosses. And he's also 100% lead for extreme class as well, whereas before he was only 50%. So now he raises attack and defense for one turn and causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun, whereas before he got no boost to his attack or defense, he only had the medium chance to stun. So that's very nice. And then on his passive, he gets 160% to attack and defense, whereas before he had no extra passive boost, which is huge. I kind of predicted that coming up when I talked about him before in the the JP data download. This is only for JP. I also forgot to mention that, but Global will not get this the same time as JP, so we will have to wait the normal like 4 months probably to see this EZA, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know. But moving on, he gets all allies key +3, attack +40%, whereas before okay, no, it was the same thing before, but now he also gives all allies defense +40% when there's a super class enemy, whereas before he gave no defensive boost to allies. So that's pretty big as well. He's a much better support unit now. And then he gives super class enemies attack -20%, which is up from the previous 15%. And then he still has the through the tree of might boost when conditions are met. Now this is where the TBA comes in. We don't know, but before it was 25% chance to activate through the tree of might boost for 3 turns when HP is 80% or below. I do think they'll keep the 80% or below threshold. I think that's a good threshold for them to have him at. But I think they'll up the chance of him to activate. Not sure what the percentage will be, but I do think they'll up that chance and maybe even up the turns for like 4 to 4 maybe, or I don't know. Maybe they up it a lot and they even lower the turn restriction to like 2 or something. But we will eventually see what the boost condition will be. But we'll move on to his boost form here. So he now stacks attack and defense, which is very nice. Even though you'll only have him for a couple turns. If you get some additionals there, he will stack defense. So he raises attack and defense, causes immense damage with a high chance to stun. So instead of just getting the 1 turn boost in his base form, he now gets the stack in there, which is actually pretty good. He recovers 20% HP, which is up from 15% before. He gets 200% to attack and defense now, whereas before he only got 130, which is a 70% boost is actually pretty huge, so that's really nice. And then all allies key +3, he gets an additional defense +100% when there's a super class enemy. And then he gives super class enemies defense -80% and then has types effective. Attacks effective against all types when HP is 80% or more. That's kind of interesting considering the transformation threshold is probably going to be something around where it was before. So the 80% threshold, and then you have to have 80% or more. So that's kind of like contradictory there. We'll have to see how that turns out, but he does lower superclass enemies defense by 80%, which is big. And then he also gets an extra 100% boost on top of the 200% he already has and the attack and defense raise, which could be a stack. So he'll actually be pretty solid defensively, which is nice. We'll have to see how those stats actually turn out. And then lastly, the TBA. I'll definitely go over that once we figure out what that is. But that is the Turles coming out in 2 days. So what is that? Thursday. So Thursday night we'll see the Turles. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, definitely smash that like button. If you're new, you want to stay tuned for more Dokkan content, whether it be news, summons, gameplay. We have everything on the channel, so consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button as well. But other than that, hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.